Look, what do you see? Green grass? No, you are looking at a biological desert. Modern culture has programmed us to believe that a lawn is the pinnacle of nature. But from a botanical perspective, grass is a spoiled child. It requires constant watering, synthetic fertilizers, and weekly mowing. It doesn't feed bees and it doesn't enrich the soil. It only consumes resources just to stay alive. It is Thymus praecox coccineus, or red creeping thyme. At first glance, it looks like simple decoration, but biologically, it is the exact opposite of grass. It doesn't need mowing because it knows when to stop growing. It doesn't ask for water because it was designed for drought. It's not just ground cover, it's an environmental political statement written in red.
Before we dive deep, join our community of curious minds. Subscribe to The Career Botanist for the hidden science of nature. Let's begin. To the naked eye, it is just nature. But look closer. It is engineering. It is economics. It is survival. Welcome to the hidden side of biology. This is modern botany.
How does a plant this small survive in a world of aggressive weeds without the need for human-made herbicides? The answer lies in chemical warfare. Creeping thyme practices what we in botany call allelopathy. It is not a pacifist organism. Its roots and leaves secrete volatile oils and phenolic compounds that leach into the surrounding soil matrix. These compounds function as a natural pre-emergent herbicide. They send a chemical message to the seeds of invasive weeds. Do not germinate here. This territory is occupied. While you spend hundreds of dollars on toxic chemicals to sanitize your lawn, thyme is establishing its own no-fly zone, using its own molecular engineering to secure its borders. When you walk across a carpet of thyme, a powerful, distinct aroma is released. Humans consider this pleasant, but in nature, this scent is not perfume. It is a weapon. The odor is derived from thymol, a potent essential oil stored in microscopic glandular trichomes on the leaf surface. Evolutionarily, the plant did not synthesize this oil for your olfactory pleasure. It made it to render itself unpalatable to grazing animals and chewing insects. The strong scent is a warning signal. I am full of concentrated chemistry. Do not eat me. The irony is that humans have pirated this defense mechanism. What the plant evolved to repel deer and rabbits has become the primary reason we propagate it. We have turned its armor into a sensory luxury. The lawn industry relies on selling you an illusion, the illusion that the earth must always be moist. In the United States alone, residential lawns consume 9 billion gallons of water daily. This is a criminal waste of resources. Red thyme comes from an evolutionary lineage born in the Mediterranean basin. It evolved to thrive between rocks, under scorching sun, and in nutrient-poor soil. Its leaves are minute and covered in a microscopic waxy cuticle to minimize transpiration and water loss. Its stems are ligneous, woody, not fragile and herbaceous like grass, allowing it to retain moisture. When you plant thyme, you are not just planting an herb, you are installing a drought management system. In a warming world, this plant is not a choice, it is a necessity. Let us return to the term biological desert. Traditional grass does not bloom because we decapitate it before it can. For a bee, a lawn is a barren wasteland of starvation. Red creeping thyme, in its blooming season, transforms into an international airport for beneficial insects. It produces high-sugar nectar at a massive density per square meter. Ecological studies show that replacing turf with thyme restores biodiversity to an urban area almost instantly. Butterflies, bumblebees, and predatory insects, the ones that eat pests, return. By planting it, you are not just decorating the ground, you are rebuilding the food web that our lawnmowers destroyed. The general rule in botany is, if you step on it, it dies. How can a plant be truly walkable? Thyme solved this engineering problem through flexibility. Unlike most ground covers that possess brittle, succulent stems, thyme possesses semi-woody, highly elastic stems. They function like biological springs. When a foot descends, they compress, then rebound. The leaves are too small to tear easily under pressure. It evolved to survive on goat paths and wild animal trails. Consequently, your human footsteps do not pose an existential threat. It is biomechanical engineering designed for shock absorption. Why are we obsessed with grass in the first place? In the 18th century, the lawn was a symbol of immense wealth in England and France. Only aristocrats could afford land that produced no food and required labor to shear by hand. A lawn was a way of saying, "I am so rich, I can afford to waste the earth." Today, we have copy-pasted this psychological complex into every home. We are mimicking dead kings without realizing it. Red thyme represents agricultural democracy. It does not require you to be rich in water or time. It breaks the legacy of agricultural classism. Replacing grass with thyme is not just a gardening shift. It is a liberation from a cultural servitude imposed on us 300 years ago. On slopes and rocky areas, grass often fails. Its roots are too weak to hold shifting soil. Creeping thyme acts as a retention net. It grows in a mat-forming habit. Its stems send down new adventitious roots wherever they touch the soil, creating a complex, interconnected web that stitches the surface of the earth together. In landscape engineering, this plant is now used for erosion control. It doesn't just cover the dirt, it mechanically locks it in place. It is living cement that protects your land from washing away. The lawn care industry is worth billions. They sell you mowers, fuel, oil, trimmer line, and fertilizers. Red thyme is an economic nightmare for these corporations. Why? Because it possesses genetics that dictate its maximum height. It rarely exceeds 2 to 3 inches. It stops growing vertically and focuses its energy horizontally. No mowers, no fossil fuels, no noise on Sunday morning. It is a one-time investment. You plant it, it conquers, and the work is done. This type of efficiency is the enemy of a capitalist model that relies on perpetual maintenance. In the end, cultivating red creeping thyme is not just gardening. It is an act of rebellion. When you kill the lawn and plant the thyme, you declare your independence from chemical companies. You declare your independence from exorbitant water bills. You declare your return to nature. Your neighbors might look at you with suspicion at first. Your HOA might send warning letters. But when the drought comes and their grass turns yellow and dies, your red carpet will remain glowing, alive, buzzing with bees and the scent of life. The future isn't just green. The future is red, creeping and aromatic. Ditch the mower and plant the revolution.